Welcome to part two of this three-part series, Principles and Practices on the Homeschool Paradigm podcast.
Today's topic is partnering, and we love partnering with our kids in our homeschool and at Homeschool Paradigm because this is the way we feel is super effective to help end the battles and the power struggles and to have peace in our homeschools. We had so much more peace after we started partnering. So, the three different aspects that we are going to talk about for partnering are mental, emotional, and physical. Okay, so the mental aspect of partnering. If you haven't listened to episode 36, the first part in our series, go listen to that because it's about reframing and it ties right into this because we need to watch our thoughts about our kids and ourselves, and we get to choose our thoughts, and that will help us feel more like partnering. If we aren't thinking our kid is a lazy, rebellious slob or something, then we do help ourselves have the desire to partner because I don't want to be having to force myself to partner with my kids. I really want to have the desire to. Okay, so the next aspect is emotional. And this is where we invite them into our interests. We get interested and excited about their interests. We want to do things together. We show that emotion like we have a desire to be with them. I think we can get a lot more excited about it if we're aiming somewhere, right? Like we decide what we want to think and how we want it to feel, then we're aiming somewhere instead of like we mentioned in the other episode about the chaotic,
Yeah,
just your brain offers you junky thoughts. So
yeah.
you decide your thoughts and then that helps you decide your emotions.
That kind of makes it feel like you have a goal to get to instead of being stuck at what you're feeling and thinking in the moment.
Hmm.
You know that you have a place that you're trying to get to.
Right.
Mm,
And even though you're not in charge of any of your kids' emotions, you know, you can't control your kids' emotions. It does make a difference how we treat each other and how we feel and what place we're coming from emotionally. It does help others, even though humans are in control of their own emotions. But it really makes a difference to our kids how we're feeling because that comes out.
Right.
right.
Okay. And I really loved being excited. And I was genuinely excited. Like when you guys were being homeschooled, you know, in whatever you were doing, I was really genuinely excited. And that came from the thoughts that I had about you and about myself and about our homeschool.
I was just thinking, as kids, I remember seeing the difference when you would be interested in something that I'm showing an interest in, or something like that. Like I would
Hmm.
feel like you genuinely have the feeling of interest. You're not
Hmm.
just trying to you're not interested in just me getting educated, but you're interested in the interest that I'm having. It's not only about like all about my education, it's about like me as an individual and kind of what I was really excited about at the time. Because it's an emotional thing, and kids are emotional, and
Hmm.
especially because they don't have a fully developed brain and stuff like that. Like they
Right.
are dealing with a lot of emotions. And I think when you kind of recognize that and use your emotions as a tool
To lead.
to help, yeah, to help lead them,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
a
and I
really
think it
cool
makes
thing.
it feel less like school,
Hmm.
which
Right.
I think just I don't know about other people. Even just saying the word school for me
You
makes it
sound tired.
automatically 10 times more boring. I sound
Yeah.
exhausted. It's not that you can't use the word school in your homeschool. I'm just
Right.
saying
Yeah.
it made it feel less like school work.
Yeah.
Right. As a child, I don't think your main motivation is to do schoolwork. Like as a parent, you have motivation for wanting your kids to get an education. You have all these things you
Right.
know about the future and about, getting an
Right.
education, the
Hmm.
benefits and everything. But as a child, you're not thinking that. You're really in the moment of what it feels like and what is
Hmm.
going on with your day and what's super fun
Yeah.
and
And
things
I
like that.
hear moms a lot of times say, a surprising number of times, I hear moms concerned about their little kids, young, super young, like way too young to care about this. Like I don't think you care
Yeah.
about your education until like the end of high school, honestly.
I didn't
But
care about my
super young
education
kids.
until high
Mm-hmm.
school. Yeah, it was definitely high school. And
Yeah.
then I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this, if I do this, it'll help me with this, and
Right.
this will
Yeah.
do this
But they'll
thing, and then
be
you can actually start to put things together.
Yeah, but they'll be worried that their kids aren't motivated to learn, or I don't know, motivated is what they're worried about. They don't care about their education. They like want their 6-year-old to care about their
Yeah.
education. I'm sorry, not any 6-year-old cares about their education, like in the way that someone might be hoping that way.
But they
Well,
are
and
very in tune with your emotional
Emotions.
state.
Yeah.
I really like that thing that you said, Rachel, about being in the moment because it just made me think of, again, partnering. Part of partnering is being in the moment with your child
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
you're there with them.
Hmm.
Physically, emotionally, mentally, you're thinking about them. And
Right.
honestly, I think that can sound exhausting to some people. I've heard, when you talk about partnering mom
Mm-hmm.
with other people, I think sometimes they can get in their heads and picture it and be
Mm-hmm.
like, this is so exhausting. I have to go with my kid every step of the way. But I think
Yeah.
that when you remember that all it is being in the moment with yourself and with your kid, it actually makes your day a lot easier.
And
Oh yeah.
simpler
It doesn't
to
sap all
me.
your mental energy.
Right.
You want,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you have a desire to, right? Some days, okay, I could be this morning at 10 o'clock. I have whatever energy level I had at 10 o'clock, and I could think that I have to fix the toilet. Like we have to fix the toilet. We have some plumbing things.
Yeah.
And I could think that, and it would make me feel physically exhausted. But if I, at 10 o'clock, with that same amount of energy where I started from, think to myself, I get to go, like, let's say I was going to go visit one of you girls or something. I get to
Hmm.
go visit the girls today. I would be super excited, and it would make me have more energy physically. Like, it actually, for me at least, it actually makes my energy level
Right.
different. My
And I
thoughts
think
affect my energy level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as you partner with your kids, and obviously it's a unique situation that you get to have that a teacher in a school wouldn't get to have, where you have a relationship with them. Because
Hmm.
I was thinking about your example, and yeah, if I think, oh, at 10 o'clock I have to fix my toilet, that's going to be a whole different thing in my mind and in my emotions than, say, you said visiting one of us. But what if at 10 o'clock I was going to go over and help you fix your toilet? Well,
Oh yeah.
suddenly
Hmm.
that's a whole different thing in my mind and my feelings, or there's a bunch
Yeah.
of different things about it. So I think when you're partnering with your kids and you think, oh, I'm going to have to be with them every step of the way, like Sarah was saying, like, oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
have to do the math worksheet. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I
Hmm.
have this and I have that. And you think different things about it. Well, yeah, if you're thinking, oh, I have to do this math worksheet
Hmm.
with my kid, that's a whole different thing than, well, I'm going to go over, sit down next to my kid and help them with their math worksheet.
Hmm.
I think that can be a really different thing, even though
I get
it
to. I
looks very
feel I have
similar.
always said I get to
Yeah.
is so much more energizing than I have to.
Yeah.
So, and I think that
So just
just
the
that
way you're
little
thinking about that.
shift. Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm.
know. And sometimes I actually hesitate to teach um like the physical aspect of partnering that we're going to talk about next. I
Yeah.
actually hesitate to because I understand the objections, like I don't have time,
Mm.
I don't have the energy. I've got 4 kids. How
Right.
will I actually do that? And I can't
Yeah.
figure out how someone will actually do that how each person will actually do that in their home with their kids.
Right.
But
Yeah.
somehow I did it, so I actually know it's possible, right?
So maybe this is the hardest one.
Maybe this is the hardest one. I don't. Okay, so your emotions can, if you have a desire, that can really help with that. So physical is the next one, and that is actually doing it, like actually physically doing it. And honestly, you can do these in any order, right? Like you don't have to be
Mhm.
all mentally energized in order to sit down and do it. It will go better if you if you
But I
do the
think just
thoughts first.
recognizing, yeah, that you can make all the difference in the way you feel about
Yeah.
this thing that maybe you were previously thinking, oh my gosh, I
Hmm.
can't believe I have to do this. Like,
Right.
yeah, you actually chose to do this. I mean,
You
to be
did,
honest,
yeah.
like I'm not trying to
Yeah.
You did
I'm not trying to
actually
be
sign up
rude,
for it. Yeah.
You
but you
did. You
signed up to
did.
be with your kids every step of the way, and I
Yeah.
think that that can be such a cool opportunity, and I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think that you really want to spend your homeschool
Dreading
thinking
it.
Yeah. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
love that.
honestly, you spend so much mental energy arguing, power struggles, the kids resisting. And I know sometimes too, I kind of hesitate to say this, but we might think our kids started it. I mean, they started it really. Like sometimes it's true. They started it. You're like cheerfully, hey, let's do whatever. And they're like, blah, and they don't want to do it. And they started it. But I mean, we have to be the
Mm.
adult, right?
Yeah,
You
definitely.
have to. You are the one with the
Yeah.
capacity to overcome. So physically, just our examples that we always say that what we did, I sat next to them doing either their same work, like I was a student too, or doing, something I had to do, sitting there.
Right.
Helped you with your dreams or whatever, right?
Put your
Encouraged
hand on
you.
my shoulder physically sometimes. I mean, even if your kid like doesn't like being touched, I always feel like if they're mad at
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
because, and to be honest, they're probably never really mad at you. They just feel like they can't do it or they're just feeling
And they
tired
don't
or
know how to
something.
express it. Yeah.
They're probably
Yeah.
not actually mad at you, but like you are the one kind of enforcing like what you're going to be doing throughout the
Right.
day.
You're the one there that's
I
safe to
think
get mad.
just simply, putting your hand on their shoulder too, like
Hmm.
physically, like that's part of the physically being there with
Right.
them. Like I'm here
Together.
with you.
Little, just touch it. Yeah. A little shoulder
Just like a
rub,
little
sit
connection.
together on the couch. Yeah.
And I do think it's, at least for me, I think it's a good thing to remember that there's different aspects of physical partnering, especially like for different personalities of different
Hmm.
children and different parents. Not every family, like, or every child is gonna want a hand on their shoulder at any point.
Right.
Some
Hmm.
people would never want you sitting next to them
Yeah.
doing math or doing your own work. But I think there are a lot of physical aspects of partnering and physical support. So if I was just thinking of Tarun, like when my husband is doing some work at home or something like that, he often might want like my hand on his shoulder or something
Hmm.
because that's just something he would like. But also sometimes when I'm not available to do that, like I'm busy doing something else, it's still like, oh, I'll try to make an environment in the room
Hmm.
where it feels
Yeah.
good for them. Like I know like he likes certain music to play while he's working, or
Right.
I can give
Mm,
him a glass of water even if I don't have the time to sit with
right.
him. We have this little bell on my husband's
I
desk
know
at
about the
home.
bell.
The kiss me bell.
It says, yeah, on the bell it says ring for a kiss.
Ring for a
And
kiss.
so anytime that anybody in the house rings that, it's
Anybody
the
in the
other one
house,
has
or
to,
just the
Anybody in
two
the
of you.
just the two of us. But anytime that either one of us rings that, like the other person has to drop what they're doing as quickly as possible and find the other person and
Come
give them a
running.
kiss. But it's on his desk because a lot of times when he is working at his desk and I'm doing whatever or not exactly very close to him, I think that can be a helpful thing. Like it can make
Like, hey, I
someone
need a
feel
little
like,
close.
hey,
Yeah.
they're available whenever I
Hmm.
do need them. So I think even as a parent, even if you had something like a bell they could ring when they're like, hey, I need a hand on my shoulder, I want a glass of water, or
I
I need
want you to
help with
come
this
sit here if you're not.
problem.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I think
I
there are a
think
lot of
that can
different
just
ways.
reset
Hmm. Oh, for
too.
sure.
Like that,
Yeah.
those tiny little things also can just reset everything in our brains, like the chemicals, everything.
Hmm.
So I think that's a really cool just idea to try too, like the physically partnering. I really like that.
Yeah, I like that too. And I liked Rachel that you talked about environment because our next episode is
Mhm.
about environment. Rachel's gonna lead us in talking about environment in our homeschool. So we will see you there. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.